Hello gamers, and welcome back to another video here on Solo Spelunking. And as you can see from this setup here, those of you following along, today I will be continuing my Star Wars Tatooine Manhunt solo adventure using the Dragonbane rule set. So this is Starbane, and this is my character, Telrac Kendrall, Imperial Aligned Bounty Hunter. And for the adventure, I'm using the solo rules for urban adventures from Scarlet Heroes. And I do not want to waste any more time going into the details of the story and adventure, because you can just watch the previous episodes. And today will be the final episode, the finale. So it'll go either way. I either lose my quarry or I make it out with her, because last session I overwhelmed her and I stunned her and I bound her, and now I am carrying her. So the stunned, bound body of my quarry, I got her over my shoulder, and I'm leaving this ruined tenant building where she was hiding. And at the end of the last session, we determined that it is not that easy for me to get back to my ship, because thanks to an unlucky roll, I encounter someone. And because it was, I think it was even an extreme yes or something, well, at least it meant that I will encounter this Twi'lek woman here, and she is the pirate queen, the leader of the Starlight Pirates that control this area or sector of Nar Shadda, where I abducted Eliza Rill, and I observed that Eliza had some business with these pirates, and then now they have returned, maybe to, I don't know, settle some unclarities or whatever. So while I am leaving this rundown, shady tenant building in one of the lower levels of Nar Shadda, where there's no natural daylight, I encounter, as I'm coming out of this corridor that leads to the tenant building entrance, I do encounter the Pirate Queen. I will just call her Pirate Queen, and her two Twi'lek bodyguards, associates, whatever. And this is where we will pick up this session, and it will be obviously a conflict scene, and it'll be conflict scene number 10. Eliminate an outside actor brought in to aid the foe. Face a fight instead of a check. All right, so this is just a guideline. I will of course do some role playing, see how this scene develops, and eliminate does not necessarily mean kill, but get rid of, get out of the way, remove as an obstacle. And of course the outside actor are the pirates, the pirate force. So this is where we pick up. So I come across this corridor, this corner, as I encounter these people, and I know them from the cantina, the Dark Side Lounge, where the business meeting took place, but they didn't really recognize me. But I, of course, because I observed the meeting, I know who they are. So and they of course spot me with Eliza on my back, and immediately the Pirate Queen, and they all shift position a little and block off my pathway here. So here, this is a parking deck or speeder landing platform, and there's a fire stairway here that I could take. So this is one elevation higher, and this is the roof of some container building. So also this is a higher elevation. than the street level is, as is this roof here and this roof as well. And she goes, now what do we have here, boys? And she obviously addresses her company. Who are you? And what do you think you're doing? She asks me. Alright, so I'm in my light combat armor with my blast helmet. I got my hooded cloak. Yeah, my blaster pistol in the holster, and my voice sounds a little muffled and electronic because of the helmet microphone. So I go, the name is none of your business. I'm here to collect an official bounty issued by the Empire. So I advise you not to interfere. Of course, this is a little bit bold spoken, I think, but you never know. Ha! She just laughs. Imperial bounty, you say? You know where you are, right? This is Nar Shadda. I bet every second person here has an imperial bounty on their head. We don't really care about imperial bounties, and we also do not care about bounty hunter scum. And as she says this Twi'lek moves up a little. The other one stays in the back. That might be so, I go, but I do not have any business with you. I'm sure we can work something out here. Well, see, we do control this part of town. Everybody here basically is under our jurisdiction, but also under our protection. What do you think it would look like if people knew that we stand idly by while an imperial scum bounty hunter is harassing our residents? I slowly look around. Well, I agree. That would probably not look or sound good. But then again, I look around again. It doesn't seem like there's anybody here watching, and no one really needs to know. Listen, if you just let me go, I will be out of your face. I'll head straight for my ship and leave this planet. My task here is complete. I will not harass you, and I will not tell anyone about this incident. And neither do you, and neither you or you also don't need to tell anybody about this, obviously. So it is just you and me. So what do you say? Can we come to some sort of agreement? And she's like, well, what if we still had business with this woman? Well, I don't know what business you have or had with her, and I don't care. If you follow this corridor into the apartment where she lived, you will find the dead bodies of 2 of her associates. I don't know what you need from her or them, but maybe you will find it in this apartment building. If it's nothing that you actually need my query for, I think you can settle it. Well, I don't know. Seems to me like you are the one in the weak position to negotiate. I mean, we are 3, you are 1. If we wanted to, we could take her. from you. That is true. And it is also true that I might not survive this. But you do not have the guarantee that you survive either or all of your bodyguards. If I go down, I will take at least one of you with me. And the chances that it's you are 1 in 3. I go very self-assuring. All right, so let's make a roll here. Usually it would be coerce or however it's pronounced, which is like intimidation here. But I don't have this trained, but I have adaptive, which is the human ability, the versatility ability. I can spend 3 willpower points to use a different skill that I do have instead. And in mine comes, of course, streetwise or deceit. Doesn't really matter because both I got trained at 10. Both is based on cunning. So I will spend 3 willpower points. So my willpower goes down to 5. And I will use my adaptive ability. And I will roll a skill check. I'll make it a streetwise skill check because this fits this theme. So we are all like cool and street smart people. But I will give myself a bane, as it is called, or so disadvantage, because obviously I am in the weaker position, but I might still have a chance of getting out of this here with a little dialogue, maybe a little bribery, and not necessarily bloodshed. So let's see. So I got 10, but I do have to take the higher one. So Dragonbane is a d20 roll under system, and I have a Bane, which is disadvantage. Oh, look at this. Damn! 1 and 11. So I got a natural 1 and an 11. All right, so I got 10. And I got an 11. All right, so what I'll do is, because this is actually not a bad result, I'm only 1 point above the skill. And I actually rolled a critical success, which is called a dragon in Dragonbane, but it doesn't really fit for Star Wars. I will rule that because of this, I get another chance. I get a free push the roll without a Bane. So I get to do the roll again, and I'm using this die because it rolled a 1. No, wait, it already used up all its good karma. So this is role player suspicion. So I get to go. I get a free push the roll. I can make a normal skill check again streetwise. 2. Look at this. 2. All right. So yeah, but I don't want to make it too easy on myself. So they come a little closer. As they come closer, my hand wanders towards my blaster as she goes, "Don't even think about it. Listen." All right, so actually we don't really need, what's she called, Eliza, for what we came to do. But what you say makes some sense. But we can't let you just leave. So we will take a small fee. How much money do we have on you? I have 1,000 credits that I can give you right away. Well, 1,000 credits, that is not a lot. But it is better than nothing, I suppose. All right, so let's see. Is 1,000 credits enough? Because it's really not a lot of money, and I don't want to make it too easy. So I'll assign a percentage chance. I'll give it 70% that they go for it, but 30% that they do not. So are those 1,000 credits enough? It's a 70% chance. $48. Yeah, all right, lucky me. But always give yourself a chance to fail. Well, 1,000 credits is not really a lot. Normally, I would ask for at least 4 times that amount. But we're a little pressed for time here. And indeed, I'm not in the mood for bloodshed at this moment. So if you hand over the 1,000 credits, you can leave. But if I ever see your face in this district, in my district again, it'll be pay time. And then you will pay with blood and not with money. Are we clear? Perfectly. All right. Take the 1,000 credits. So the guy walks up. I hand over 1,000 credits in ships, in cred ships. So I'm broke now. That was all the money I got. Let's cross it out from my character log. 0. 0 money. All right then. I'll stick to my word. And she lets me pass. All right, so I leave this area and I call for a speeder taxi to carry me to my to the block or take me to the block where my ship is parked. All right, so that was the conflict scene that I won. All right, I successfully negotiated my way out of this. Put this in my notebook. And I paid 1,000. And yeah, so I got, let's do another, I got 9 victory points. Victory points 9. And the enemy had 7, and because I won this conflict scene, it is reduced by 1. So the enemy victory points, they go down to 6. And I still have no clues, no metagaming clues. Clues 0. All right, so I'm 1 victory point away from winning. And I just entered a speeder taxi to take me to my ship. All right, so let's do one last scene and see if someone, maybe like, maybe the rebels, maybe they caught wind of this. I don't know if she's got any more associates here on the planet, but probably, maybe there's a last ditch effort to try to rescue her. All right, so all right, let's, yeah, what the hell? Let's go out with a bang. Let's do another conflict scene, and it'll be conflict scene fight through an ambush arranged by the foe at a location. Face a fight instead of a check. Conflict scene number 5. So in a last-ditch effort, so world travels fast on Nar Shadda. Let me just put this down. Number 5, ambush. Shortly or at the docking cluster. Or in the docking bay, in my docking bay. In the docking bay. So they somehow got access to my docking bay. That is not difficult on Nar Shadda. Either you slice your way in or you bribe officials or whatever. And they set up, or it's only like, it's one guy or one woman. Let's check. So even is a woman. Yeah, even. It's a woman. It's a female. So what is it? What is it? It's a female. What do we have here? Oh yeah, I know. One of these. Yeah, this cat person again, or one of those cat race people. What are they called? Qatar, I think, is a cat-like race in Star Wars. Let's call it a Qatar associate of my quarry. She has set up an ambush. All right, so at my docking bay, in a last-ditch effort to retrieve Eliza Rill. A Qatar associate. All right, so that'll be one final battle. Let's see if we find a suitable battle map. And there's 19 and 20. Not really a docking bay, but a heliport, but it'll do. 19 and 20. And I've got to do it like this because otherwise you can't see my nice dice tray. Let's check the camera if this is in view. Yeah. All right. So this is the docking bay. So let's just say my ship is off camera in the back there. So this is just here you can see like fuel and power generators and whatnot. And behind one of these generators, she is hiding. As I enter through a double door here, head for my ship. She's hiding. I got Eliza on my back. I'm holding her with my left arm. She's still stunned. Every once in a while I shoot another stun bolt into her to keep her stunned. She is bound as we enter. So she wants to ambush me. I get to make a perception roll. Perception to see if I spot the ambush. It's a cunning 10 roll. So based on cunning, and I got 10. Just a normal roll. 18. Of course, I do not spot the ambush. So I'll just rule that in the first round of combat, she's got the initiative. So as I head towards my ship, suddenly from this corner, hidden behind this corner, I just see a little bit of movement, and as soon as I see the movement, pew, a blaster bolt already flies into my direction as she shoots. All right, let's get some stats ready. Just put them down in my notebook. All right, so she is a little bit better. So she's got a combat skill of 12. I just put down combat, so that is 12. And she's got hit HP. She's got 10 HP. a damage reduction of 1. She wears light armor. And she also has got a blaster pistol that does 2d6 points of damage. That does not sound a lot, but I mean, this is a very lethal game system. I only have 9 hit points, and yeah, I want to have a fighting chance, basically. 5 willpower points. So let's see if she hits, and I'll roll damage with the attack roll. But should she hit, I can still use, however, my coordination to try to dodge out of the way. But it'll take me 3 willpower points. And of course she hits, but luckily it would only be for 3 points of damage. Alright, so I have to make a tactical choice now. No, actually I wouldn't know the damage. So I try to evade. So that is 3 willpower points. And I use my fast... No, wait a minute. Do I always have to spend the willpower points? Yeah, I guess so, right? But it doesn't take my action if I... Yeah, I can always evade, but then it'll take my action. Or... but this is the ambush, the surprise round. So she's got the initiative. I'll just spend 3 willpower points. So I am at 2. And roll my coordination, which I use in the system as an evade roll. I fail, 13. But I just see that my damage reduction because of my armor is, where is it? There's a soak value here someplace. Soak value, yeah, it's 3. So I'm lucky. So I'm hit. Should have thought about this in advance, but I didn't. So I did spend the willpower points. So I'm hit. But luckily my armor caught the blast and absorbed most of the energy. So I got a nice scorch mark in my armor now. So that was the surprise round. Now we get to draw initiative. And she has a 3, which is not bad. And I get 2 cards because... 1 and 7. Lucky me, because I got the army of 1 heroic ability for solo heroes, meaning I get to do 2 actions in a combat round. Yes. All right. So luckily I get to go first, or I do have the first action in this round. So she is in cover, meaning that if I would attack from where I'm at, I will be at a disadvantage. So I need to move first. My movement is 12. That is in meters. And 1 square is 2 meters. So I can move 6 squares. And so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I move up to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm moving 6 squares. I'm moving, I think, from this corner, because I sort of like changed the angle from this corner. Yeah, she does not have that much cover anymore, but still a little cover. So I am not at a disadvantage. I do not get a bane, but I get a -1 to the roll. I'll give me a -1 to the roll. All right, so, or a +1 in this case, because I need to roll under, so I have to add +1 to my roll. All right, so I'm shooting. So I move around basically to get a better angle. While I'm moving, I dropped Eliza here because she's still stunned and I can't deal with her right now. So I move over and pew pew. And I know you love the sound effects. Fire off a quick blaster shot, but I have to add +1 to the roll because she's got some slight cover left. Yes, 10 + 1 is 11, and I got 12. So I hit for 9 points of damage, which is reduced by 1. So that is still 8 points. So she's already down to 2 hit points. So that was a very lucky shot. I did good damage. Oh, and I forgot even to add my damage bonus of 1d4. Let's add, oh, maybe because I got my agility damage bonus of plus 1d4. And it's a 4, which means even if I reduce this again by 1, it's 3 remaining. So it's a total 13 damage minus 1. So she's actually, that's it. Lucky shot. That was a very lucky shot. But this is how it is. I mean, if she would have landed a lucky hit, I would have been done for as well with my 9 hit points. So yeah, so I'm a combat hardened special forces bounty hunter, so I'm only slightly distracted by this blaster shot. I'm all reflexes now, all instinct. I immediately dash over her, get my blaster out, and pew pew, and straight into her chest. Pew, the blaster bolt catches her, and I was lucky that I got to go first. So a lot of see, I always feel like I'm cheating somehow, but I'm not. I mean, it's my game, and I drew a 1 and I hit, so it's all good. I was lucky. So pew, I shoot her, and that's it. So then I quickly head towards my ship. I board my ship, and yeah, ask for clearance. And I don't really care if I get it or not, but this is Nar Shadda. Maybe they didn't even realize this little exchange. I get clearance and I leave this godforsaken place with my junky little transport ship, which is only a plot device to get me where I need to go. And yeah, but first, of course, I pick up Eliza. I'm not that stupid that I leave her in the docking bay and leave without her. So I pick her up and I head back to, where did I get this mission? I got this mission on an out-of-the-way planet. Let's see. Clandestine meeting to get the assignment in the Belbaru system in the outer rim. Yeah, it had a limited service starport, prefabricated towns, or towns made out of prefabricated housing modules, pretty bland architecture. And in the administration offices of the local fertilizer company, I had this clandestine meeting where I got my mission directly from the ISB Enforcement Division. So this is where I'm headed. All right. So I follow all the procedures. So I land and head towards the office and deliver. Well, I do not deliver her. I leave her stunned still on board my ship, or in a brig. I do have a brig there because I'm a bounty hunter. And then I contact my employer. Oh, Hunter Kendrall, good to hear from you. It's been a while. Do you have good news for me? As a matter of fact, I do. I was able to apprehend Eliza Rill on Nar Shadda. The intel regarding her whereabouts were indeed correct. I was able to capture her alive, and she is in the brig on board my starship, waiting for you to pick her up in a way you see fit. And of course, we need to settle the bounty part of our business relationship. Yes, that we do, of course. Well, great job, Hunter Kendrall. You have done the Empire a great service. Um, I will be over at your ship shortly, and then we can do all the administrative stuff. I will have appropriate transport with me as well as manpower. I am awaiting your arrival. All right then. Okay, so this is it. And so he will arrive with a secure transport with armed security guards dressed as normal people because this is all clandestine. And they will take Eliza off my hands, and I will get a huge bounty of 50,000 credits because I brought her in alive. So I could do a lot of nice things with that amount of money. Get myself a custom battle armor, better weapons, maybe modify my ship, maybe even give my ship some stats. So I will think about this, if I will return to Telrac or not. For now, I will end this series or this adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I will update my playlist regarding this series so that you can, if you want to, watch it all again in order. And yeah, that is it. Oh, and while we are at the topic of Star Wars, maybe you've seen my latest shameless self-promoting community post. So I did put out a little supplement for my Stardark space opera rules for Shadowdark. It's called Spaceships of the Galaxy, and it includes 18 ships from starfighters, tramp freighters over to capital ships. And you can get it on Drive-Thru RPG. Sadly, it is not free. It is $2.49, which I think it is pretty affordable. So if you want to support the channel in this way and get something out of it, a nice little supplement, please check out my products on Drive-Thru RPG, and I will put a link into the video description. So thank you for watching, and I wish you a wonderful and remaining weekend, and I will see you in the next video. As always, stay safe and stay healthy, and bye bye.